Buonasera, senorina, buonasera. It is time to say goodnight to Napoli. Though it's hard for us to whisper buonasera with that old moon above the Mediterranean Sea. In the morning, senorina, we'll go walking where the mountains help the sun come into sight. And by the little jewelry shop we'll stop and linger while I buy a wedding ring for your finger. In the meantime, let me tell you that I love you. Buonasera, senorina, kiss me goodnight. Buonasera, senorina, kiss me goodnight. Buonasera, senorina, buonasera. It is time to say goodnight to Napoli. Though it's hard for us to whisper buonasera with that old moon above the Mediterranean Sea. In the morning, senorina, we'll go walking where the mountains help the sun come into sight. And by the little jewelry shop we'll stop and linger while I buy a wedding ring for your finger. And in the meantime, let me tell you that I love you. Hey, buonasera, senorina, kiss me good. And linger while I buy a wedding ring for your finger. In the meantime, let me tell you that I love you. Buonasera, senorina, kiss me goodnight. Buonasera, senorina, kiss me goodnight. Buonasera, senorina, kiss me goodnight.
El tren partir y tu triste mirar que esconde aquellas lágrimas volveré. Oh, qué difícil es vivir sin tu amor. La carta dice espérame, el tiempo pasará. Un año no es un siglo y yo volveré. ¿Cómo podrá vivir
class of fall 2014. I would now like to welcome to the podium the Vice President of Student Affairs, Academic Affairs, Dr. Felix Aquino, to do our welcome.
On behalf of the Board of Regents, faculty, staff, and administration of Oklahoma City Community College, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this wonderful theater that we have, and all decked out for the holidays. And we're here to recognize, honor, and celebrate the accomplishments of 62 very special people. Grads, you are about to embark on an amazing adventure, an amazing professional adventure as nurses, as registered nurses. And I can't tell you, I have to admit that I feel a twinge of envy, because not only will you be able to get a job anywhere, but we want you to stay in Oklahoma. You get to wear scrubs, you get to do a shift in scrubs, but most importantly, you get to work with people and help people heal and alleviate suffering. And I can't think of any more noble or more ennobling way to spend one's career. So I give you great congratulations on that. Now, we didn't come here to listen to me talk on, but I would like to do my one bit of audience participation with the grads. Now, could I have the house lights, please? There you go. Now, grads, I want a show of hands. For whom was this a piece of cake? For whom was this like falling off a log? I don't see any hands. It was pretty tough, right? Okay, but each of you had one special person or persons that would help you get through it, where they would watch your kids so you could study, where they could prepare dinner so you could study, or just simply lend a sympathetic ear when you thought you couldn't take it anymore. And you got through, and they got you through. And now, they may not know this, but you do, that you wouldn't have made it without them, correct? Okay, so now I want you to stand up, and find that person, that special person or persons in the audience, and give them a big hand. Once again, thank you very much. Many congratulations. And oh, we're all going to pass the NCLEX on the first try, right? Thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Deborah Myers. I'm the director of the nursing program. On behalf of myself, the faculty, and staff, I'd like to thank each of you for attending the fall 2014 pinning ceremony for the traditional nursing program, where we recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of these 62 nursing graduates. I have the pleasure tonight of introducing you to a few of the individuals who have provided leadership and support to our program, our faculty, and our students throughout the year. We're very honored to have with us the president of Oklahoma City Community College, Dr. Paul Sechrist, and once again, the vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Felix Aquino, the associate vice president for academic affairs, Mr. Greg Gardner, and the Dean of the Health Professions Division, Mr. Tom Kraft. Okay, before I introduce the faculty, I would like to say just a few things about the history of the pinning ceremony. The tradition of the pin and the pinning ceremony originated in the 1860s at the Nightingale School of Nursing in London. The nursing pin is distinctive, represents only one program, and is a symbol of the association and bond that a graduate has with their nursing school. It is evidence of completion of a rigorous and demanding program, and is symbolic of the history and the heritage of nursing. Tonight is a time when we not only honor our past, but we also embrace and celebrate our future, a future that sees nursing as an integral part of the healthcare system, a future that identifies the many complex roles that nurses fill in the healthcare system of today and the multitude of roles that we will play in redesigning the healthcare system of tomorrow. As our country continues on this journey of healthcare reform, the opportunities for nurses are endless. With that said, these graduates know that tonight is not the end of their educational journey, but rather the beginning. The nursing faculty and administration at OCCC are keenly aware of the need for a more highly educated nursing workforce to meet the healthcare needs of our community, our state, and our nation. The faculty have challenged these graduates every step of the way to perform at a higher level, to not be satisfied with mediocrity, and to strive to continue their education and to make a difference as leaders in their profession. I'd like to now introduce you to those members of the nursing faculty and administration. First, let me introduce Terry Walker. She's the Associate Director for the nursing program. Terry does many things behind the scenes to keep the nursing program running smoothly and to provide support to the faculty, the students, the staff, and most definitely to me. Next, I would like to introduce the Nursing Lab and Simulation Coordinator and the sponsor of the Nursing Student Association, Cindy Milam. Cindy has many roles. She wears many hats. She's responsible for making sure that all of our labs and simulations run smoothly and for helping students to perfect their nursing skills, connect theoretical concepts, and begin to form a professional identity. Cindy works literally around the clock to ensure that our students and faculty have a great lab and simulation experience, and she's always there to lend a hand or provide a sympathetic ear. We have 4 teaching teams, and I think we're probably going to need the lights up if you could, please. Thank you. We have 4 teaching teams in the traditional program. The first team, Nursing Process 1, guides students through the fundamental concepts of nursing and helps orient them to the role of the student nurse. The team leader is Stephanie Wallace, and unfortunately she's not here with us tonight. She was ill, but her team members are here. We have Carol Heitkamper. Carol, where are you? There she is out there. We have Karen Jordan right here in front. Karen. And we have Candace Webb back in the back. Okay, the second team, Nursing Process 2, instructs students in care of patients with medical complications, patients undergoing surgical procedures, women and infants during the process of childbirth. The team leader for Nursing Process 2 is Michelle Cole. Where are you, Michelle? There she is, out there. And team members are Beverly Schaefer. And we have Jennifer Peters up here on stage with us. We're going to get to hear a little bit more from Jennifer later on. She's going to deliver the Reflective Moments speech. The third team, Nursing Process 3, supervises students in the care of patients experiencing mental health illnesses and more advanced medical and surgical complications. The team leader for MP3 is Joy Cole. There she is out there. And team members are Jennifer Brumley. How are you, Jennifer? And Jackie Frock. Jackie, are you here? Okay. All right. Okay, the fourth team, the last semester, NP4, guides students through the care of patients experiencing critical or emergent health care threats. They also assist students to transition from student nurse to graduate nurse. The team leader for Nursing Process 4 is Carla Shank. Her team members are Karen McCauley and Shelley Myers. Now, in addition to our full-time faculty, we're fortunate to have 50 part-time clinical faculty that work with our nursing program during the academic year. These faculty share their knowledge and expertise with our students within the various clinical settings. They help bridge the gap between the theory and the real world of practice. Our program could not function without the many talents of these skilled practitioners. Tonight we have a few of our clinical faculty here, and I'd like to recognize them at this time. Out in the audience, we have one of our faculty that works with Nursing Process 3, Libby Morris. Libby. And we also have Cecilia Armstrong. She works with our MP1 students. And then on stage with us tonight, we have 4 of our clinical faculty that work with our students that are in Nursing Process 4. They are Heather Warden, Sheila Kennedy Stewart, Andrea Hilliard, and Jonathan Emery. In closing, I would like to thank each of these faculty for sharing their knowledge, their expertise, and their passion for nursing with our students and for contributing in so many ways to the success of these graduates. Now I'm going to turn the program over to Cindy Milam. She's going to recognize the members of this graduating class for the leadership and contributions that they made over their tenure with us to the Nursing Student Association. Cindy.
As Debbie said, I wear many hats, and one of my favorite is being a sponsor for the Student Nurses Association. And I've had the privilege of working with some of the most amazing students, but this class has got some outstanding leaders, and I can see you guys going further, much further than most students. We have 5 students that are officers on the state board. That is Catherine Chavez, Shelley Ogle, Kylie Zimmer, and Kelsey Payne. And then for the first time in our club's history, we have the state president as one of these class members, and that's Tara Corley. We had 4 students attend the national convention this year, and we had the largest number of members go to the state convention in Norman, so in October. At that convention, we took every single award that was given. Yes. We won the Outstanding Community Service Award for the MDA Walk. We received the largest number of state and national members, the increase over the year, and we also, Tara Corley also took home the Leadership Award. We do many things, and one of the things that we just participated in is we raised 300 pounds, or donated 300 pounds of food, and we filled the toy closet at Children's Hospital for the oncology unit, and we are right now doing a diaper drive, and we filled up the back of an SUV. But our most exciting accomplishment, I feel like, is that we were able to complete the funding for the Cindy Williams Memorial Fund for nursing scholarships. These scholarships will continually make a difference in the nursing profession, and I want to challenge each of you to continue to be leaders upon our profession and take an active role in making a difference. Congratulations. We're now going to enjoy a video from the class.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, take it now. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because love is too high to bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on, come on. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Like oh my God. Jump out that sofa. Let's get on.
I know that we'll have a ball if we get down and go out and just lose it all. I feel stressed out, I wanna let it go. Let's go way out, spaced out, losing all control.
Fill up my cup, Mazel tov. Look at her dancing, just take it off. Let's paint the town, we'll shut it down. Let's burn the roof,
And then we'll do it again.
let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, and do it, and do it. Let's live it up and do it, and do it, and do it, do it, do it. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Cause I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
I can barely see you guys, but I am so proud of all of you. You guys have been through a whole lot in the last 2 years. You were all with me when I found out that I was pregnant, and so I wanted to share a little something with you about the nurses that took care of me. So I had asked my OB ahead of time who her favorite nurses were and to make sure that those would be the nurses taking care of me. So we did all that. And what I found out was that my OB's favorite nurses were O-Trip grads. Yay! As a matter of fact, all 3 of the nurses that took care of me in labor were O-Trip grads. One from about 11 years ago, one 6 years ago, and Lacey, my very first labor nurse, just graduated last year. So, I loved it. I loved having O-Trip grads taking care of me. I felt safe, and they were wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And I'm so glad that my birth experience, that those memories include our former students. Now, I know that going through this program, you guys have had some amazing memories, and then some other memories that you kind of wish you could forget, like the 26-page care plan. And I know you're very, very happy that you don't need all of that to know the nursing process and be able to take care of your patients now, which is great. So for just a minute, I want you guys to think about your very, very favorite nurse that you worked with at clinical. The one that you thought, this person had everything together, and someday I hope to be that good. You guys have that person? Should have that person? All right. Now I want you to think about your least favorite nurse that you worked with at clinical. The one that you went, I have no idea how you passed boards. Because I know you've worked with at least one. Okay, now that you have those two people in your head, it is completely up to you to decide which one of them you want to be. Your nursing future, the way that you are going to be as a nurse, is completely up to you. And what I challenge you tonight is to never forget those two nurses and to always strive to be that favorite nurse. Now, I know that we're celebrating you leaving us and moving on, but I need to tell you that you're never really going to be rid of us, ever. I'm glad that there are a few of you that are happy about that. Because within the next year, you guys are not only going to be taking care of your patients and the patient families, but you're also going to have nursing students with you. And most of you are probably going to have O-Trip nursing students with you. So now, remember that whole thing of don't turn into your least favorite nurse? That was for your patients, your patient families, your facility, your coworkers, but also for those nursing students who are going to be with you in the future. Because starting today, from now until forever, you guys are teachers. Now, you might not be standing up in front of a class of 70 students, but you are teachers. You're going to be teaching patients, their families. You're going to be teaching nursing students here shortly. And depending on what facility you're working at, you're going to be helping the residents to learn what they're supposed to do also. Now, you guys know that I love my job. I love to teach. So I want to tell you my favorite part. My favorite part are your facial expressions that unfortunately I can barely see right now. But I love your faces when that oh, everything finally makes sense face, or the does it really work like that, or I don't ever want to see that again, that face. All of those things help to re-inspire me. I've been an OB nurse for a long time. I know the content. I've taken care of those patients. But watching what happens when you guys learn that information is amazing. And you're going to have that opportunity with patients, with their families, with nursing students, to be able to feel that and see that. So that brings me to my next challenge for you, which is to find your passion in nursing. Find the specialty area or the floor or the group. Find something that you can really be passionate about. And those patients, those families that do revitalize you. When you find that passion in nursing, it's going to help to make sure that you do become that favorite nurse that you worked with at clinical, and that you are the nurse that patients and families will remember and have that really positive feeling of that person really helped me. So what I wish for you, going out into your nursing career, what I wish for you is a very long and happy career in nursing with some amazing memories and some really crazy stories. So, good luck, and we can't wait till we see RN after your names. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jen, and I as well would be blessed to have any of you looking over and taking care of me as well. We would now like to give out some presentations of some awards, and I really need to be able to see you too. Okay, and I need to leave that alone.
How many nurses?
Does it take to fix this? Okay. We're going to start off tonight. I'd like to tell you a little bit about a gentleman, a true gentleman that was a part of our class this year who, from the very beginning, you could tell was someone who could just bring people around him and would take care of those people and never left anyone behind. And about halfway through the semester, I got a call from his clinical instructor, and one of these fine people back here, Andrea, called me one day and said, "You know that Josh Hacker?" I said, "Yeah, I know that Josh Hacker." And she said, "He's just a leader. He's a born leader. It's natural to him. And he's not just a born leader, he's a born nurse, and he's where he's supposed to be. He's doing what he's supposed to do." And you know, he did that same thing in the classroom. He brought these people around him, and so get on up here, Josh. And I want you to know that we've had several very, I don't want to call them high stakes, but they were some tough tests lately. And Josh would leave his cell phone with me to watch from a text from his wife who's due any day, and we want to wish them many blessings as he waits for that. But Josh, we want to thank you for creating an atmosphere in the class that gave us the ability to be better teachers and gave your peers the ability to be better coworkers and peer students, and we appreciate people like you. Our next awards are, really tough awards I would have never received. I strived, but I would have never received. And it wasn't just till, I've been an educator longer than I was a nurse now, and that tells how old I am as I'm knocking on 50's door. But, and this made the year that I've been an educator longer than I've been a nurse for 25 years. And it took me many years into the process to realize that making an aid to many people is very important. And they set that goal early on, and it's important to them. And we have two students tonight that we want to recognize. One of them's not here with us, but who had a 4.0, had straight A's throughout the nursing program from NP1 through NP4. And I'm going to, Josh Mole is the first one, and he's not with us here tonight, but I would like to recognize and have Joanna Castile come up and receive this award for something very well deserved. The next individuals we want to recognize, and I love it when this is a deep stack, because I believe in being a nurse, not only where you work, but you're a nurse in your home, you're a nurse to your neighbor, you're a nurse at your church, in your community, you're a nurse everywhere you are, when you're on the highway, when there's been a wreck, you're a nurse forever and ever, amen. And I think that going out into our communities and getting some of the recognition that OCCC has as we began to strive to set an environment of giving back to our community. I think this class, we chose some different things this year. We usually have a video to recognize our service, and that video from last semester won that NSA award. And I just want to recognize that class as well for the hard work they did. And as your class took that video and took it on to the state level and won that community award in recognition of OCCC nursing programs. So I applaud that. We decided to do something a little different for our community service because I like to stir it up. And we decided to encourage our community service through hospice nursing. We had a lady come visit us early in the semester with the Oklahoma Hospice. And it was real odd because today I got this thank you note in my box. And I didn't know, I didn't think it was for me. And I brought it back to Debbie and I said, I don't know who this is, but I don't know any of these people on here because it didn't say that it was from Oklahoma Hospice. And I got to sit down this afternoon and read everything where every one of those nurses, staff members, chaplains with the Oklahoma Hospice had the most incredible things to say about the service that y'all gave to them and the lives and the differences that you made in a huge amount of families in this community. And we thank you and your work for that. And I know we don't have that video to show. You got a lot of 3-page APA formatted papers that are going to take you into your bachelor program and make you better. And I applaud your work on that. So let's recognize now several students have went further and beyond and are recognized for their civic honors and the hours and another paper they wrote and another interview that they went through to go out and do more work and more hours in our community. So Iris Killo, Jackie Martinez, Catherine Chavez, Karina Barthel, Jessica Walker, okay, I might mess this up, Damaris Argueta, Tara Corley, Carrie Arter, and Abby Chapman. Okay, now I would like Deborah Myers to join us in the presentation of our pins.
Does this turn on by itself? I don't know how to turn it on. Our first student tonight is going to be Lois Adkins. Philomene Aka Adabong. Shaquana Alexander. Damaris Argueta.
Carrie Arter. Kimberly Barber. Karina Barthel. Tracy Bass. Jennifer Bennett. Brittany Butler. Greg Castile. Joanna Castile. Abby Batu Chapman. Catherine Chavez. Tiara Chernicki. Young Choi. Sharon Chow. Lori Cooper. Tara Corley. Randall Cuthbertson. Courtney Dodd. Danielle Evans. Jerry Finn. Joshua Hacker. Melissa Holsey. Tabitha Jacobs. Gabriela Jimenez. Brian Kelly. Iris Killo. Jong Kim. Kathy Lopez. Jackie Martinez. Shelby McLaughlin. Susie Mendoza. Nadia Mudkiri Salim. Carrie Mullinex. Melissa Wynn. Joe Wynn. Caroline Jaramba. Shelley Ogle. Rachel Overturf. Urvi Patel. Kelsey Payne. Christy Phillips. Senna Karkor. Morgan Ramirez. Allison Sales. Tara Sanders. Brittany Seaton. Gayla Sossaman. Sarah Southard. Clinton Stanley. Relindis Tita. Linda Tran. Jessica Walker. Erica Watts. Stacy Webb. Carol Wakmini Kamini. Kaylee Zimmer.
Okay, at this time, I think the students have a presentation they'd like to make. Students?
Hello. The OCCC class of this year, for this semester, we just wanted to present a gift to Carla and the faculty. We want to thank you personally, Carla, for spending the extra time on test days. You all would stay up here till late hours of the night so that really all the faculty did, so that we could receive our grades and know where we're at, and just giving us resources and being up here, sacrificing time with their family, working just as hard as we did, actually probably harder, you know. We want to present you with a gift, and from our class, we just want to say thank you.
We love you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you is not enough. You truly inspire us. We love you. It's too big to bring out here.
I guess it's a good time to thank people, but I could never, ever do what I do without this group of people that's behind me right here, because I keep pushing us and I keep pushing us, and we get these new multi-million-dollar things, it seems like, these toys in that lab, and I keep saying, let's use it, let's do it, let's see what we can't do, let's push it a little further. And then I bring all this crew in to come, and we have to learn it, and I hand them something new when they weren't expecting it, and we all get in there, and then we get to sit down and eat lunch and talk about it. But I want to thank them, because I could not do it without the support of these people, Debbie and Terry behind me, and this group of people that are putting good nurses out there today. And I just applaud you, and I love y'all for what you do for these students.
Inside your program, you'll find the International Pledge for Nurses. Adapted from the Florence Nightingale Pledge, the International Pledge for Nurses reflects the present and the common goals of nursing around the globe. Could I have the graduates and nursing faculty please stand? If there are any nurses in our audience who would like to participate, could you please stand now too? We're going to recite the pledge. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, it's just that little box, so I'm going to have trouble reading, so forgive me if I make a mistake. Okay. In the full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to care for the sick with all of the skill and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me and refraining from any action that might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level and to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the health team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the nurse. Congratulations, graduates. Welcome to our profession of nursing. You may be seated. You may be seated, everybody. Earlier in the evening, you were introduced to somebody I would like to reintroduce. It's the president of Oklahoma City Community College, Dr. Paul Seacrest.
Thank you, Terry. It is my privilege to be a part of this wonderful ceremony this evening. To the family and friends that are gathered here tonight, we thank you for being a part of this significant celebration and moment of transition. I join our graduates, our students, in thanking our faculty and leadership for their incredible dedication in bringing the students to this point. And to our graduates tonight, I think about the time probably well over 2 years ago, you received a letter from Oklahoma City Community College, and in it said, you've been accepted into the nursing program at Oklahoma City Community College. It was probably a proud moment for you and a happy moment for you. And then you got into nursing process 1 and discovered it was going to be 2 years of pretty hard work. And at some point during nursing process 1, you put on those blue uniforms that said that you were a student nurse. And I've seen some of you out in the clinical sites. I'm a member of the board of directors of Integris. I've seen a few of you at Integris. I've also had a procedure done. I recognize one of you from being there one morning, early morning with me. And then tonight, just about an hour ago, you put on white coats, left the blue ones at home, put on white coats. And in a moment that is really honored by tradition, you walked across the stage and you received a pin. And in that symbolic moment, you crossed an important threshold from being a student nurse to being a professional nurse. Congratulations. And then Professor Peters said, not only do you have to be a nurse, you have to be a teacher. And you may be saying, am I ready? Am I ready to be by the bedside of a patient by myself, without the faculty, without the clinical faculty near me, helping me? The answer is yes, you are prepared. And it sort of reminds me of a moment when I was studying to be a private pilot a few years ago. And I was with my instructor flying a Cessna 150. For those of you who fly, you know it's about the size of a kite with a lawnmower engine attached to it. I'm pretty tight in there with my clinical instructor. We're flying after about 8 lessons, and he's asking me about my shirt. And this was very strange. Brock was an American Airlines pilot, pretty masculine guy. I didn't think he had any interest in my shirt or what I wore every day, but he was asking me, well, is that a nice shirt that you have on? I was like, yeah. Where'd you get it? And I said, well, I think at Dillard's. And I'm trying to fly the plane and trying to concentrate, and I'm saying, what are we doing talking about my shirt? Pretty soon, he told me to do a short field landing at Wiley Post, which means pretty much you land as close to the end of the runway, slam on the brakes, and stop the plane, which I did. And he opened up the door and he got out. Where are you going? He said, this is it. And I was like, this is what? And he goes, this is the day that you fly solo. And my knees began to shake a little bit, and if you know an airplane, you're braking the plane with your feet, and the plane started creeping forward, and Brock is now walking alongside the plane with the door open and saying, please stop the plane, you're running out of runway. And he said, I want you to take off, and I want you to do two touch and goes, and then land and pick me up again. And I said, am I ready? And he said, of course you're ready. Who do you think's been flying this plane? I said, well, I thought it was sort of me and you, and maybe mostly you. I wasn't sure I was doing it. And he said, yeah, at first, yes, I was flying. And then at some point, you were doing the flying. And at some point, I just sat back and just watched you, and you are ready. I said, okay, if you think I'm ready, then let's do this. And so I did, and I'm here today, so I didn't crash and burn. I eventually got my license, and I learned something about this shirt deal, because I couldn't figure it out. But in a symbolic moment, much like you getting a pin tonight, when I got back to the hangar after flying solo, and the pilots in the room know this, that he said, all right, give me your shirt. I go, what is the deal with the shirt? So I gave him my shirt. He cut out the back of it and wrote, first solo at Wiley Post, and hung it on a wall. I had no idea that was the tradition. I was glad that there was a tradition about the shirts. But he was trying to give me a hint. And the faculty in Nursing Process 4 have been guiding you along, making sure that at the moment of transition that you were fully ready to be on your own as a professional nurse. It is, as my instructor told me when I finally got my license, remember, this is a license to continue to learn. And when you become registered nurses, which you all will be, remember, it is a registered nursing license to continue to learn. Tonight's moment reminds me of a poem. It's by the English poet Christopher Logue, and it goes like this. He said, come to the edge. They said, but we might fall. He said, come to the edge. They said, but we might fall. He said, come to the edge. So they came to the edge. He pushed them, and they flew. Tonight, 62 people, we're just sitting back, watching them fly. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Sechrist, and thank to each of you for recognizing us as faculty and for all the hard work that you do. Y'all all know I come from a long line of farmers, and I remember as a kid when I'd watch my grandpa and my great-grandpa and my dad, and they would work the land, and they would check the soil, and they'd add things to it, and we'd plant the wheat, and it'd finally get to about July 1st, and we began to get ready for harvest. We'd bring the combines out and get them ready, and the first truck would pull up to fill the first truck full of wheat, and we didn't have cell phones back in the early 70s like we do now. And I remember Daddy and Grandpa, they'd sit and wait for that first truck to get back and wait for that ticket to see what that wheat yielded. And I remember them celebrating and being excited about their bountiful harvest. And I felt that same excitement tonight when I was driving here, because you're our bountiful harvest. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So tonight I would like to present to you the OCCC traditional class of fall of 2014.